Welcome to today's episode of History Reborn. Today we discuss historic facts about the life of Muhammad and the birth of Islam. Stay tuned. The life of the Prophet Muhammad and the rise of Islam in the 7th century CE transformed the religious, political, and cultural landscape of the Middle East and eventually much of the world. The following facts are based on widely accepted historical evidence, with distinctions where events are matters of Islamic belief. Muhammad was born around 570 CE in Mecca. His birth is traditionally associated with the Year of the Elephant, when an army is said to have attempted to attack the Kaaba. Muhammad was a member of the Quraysh, the dominant tribe of Mecca. He belonged specifically to the respected Banu Hashim clan. Muhammad's father died before he was born, and his mother died when he was about 6 years old. He was raised first by his grandfather, then by his uncle, Abu Talib. Before becoming a religious leader, Muhammad earned a reputation as an honest and trustworthy merchant, receiving the title Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. According to Islamic belief, Muhammad received his first revelation around 610 CE while meditating in the cave of Hira. Muslims believe the revelation came through the angel Gabriel. Muslims believe the Quran was revealed gradually to Muhammad between 1610 CE and 1632 CE. It is considered by Muslims to be the literal word of God. Muhammad's earliest followers experienced social and economic persecution in Mecca because their belief in one God challenged the city's religious and economic traditions. In 622 CE, Muhammad and his followers migrated from Mecca to Medina. This event, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad served not only as a religious teacher, but also as a community leader, judge, and statesman, helping establish agreements among different tribes. One of the earliest known written political agreements in Arabia, often called the Constitution of Medina, outlined rights and responsibilities for Muslims, Jewish tribes, and other groups living in the city. Early Muslims fought several significant battles, including Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, Battle of the Trench. These conflicts were important in the survival and growth of the early Muslim community. In 628 CE, Muhammad concluded the Treaty of Hudaybiyah with the Quraysh. Although initially viewed by some followers as unfavorable, it led to a period of peace that facilitated the spread of Islam. In 630 CE, Muhammad entered Mecca with a large following. The city surrendered with relatively little bloodshed, and many former opponents accepted Islam. After the conquest of Mecca, idols inside the Kaaba were removed. The Kaaba became the central sanctuary of Islam and remains the direction Qibla toward which Muslims pray. The word Islam comes from an Arabic root associated with peace and submission. Muslims understand it to mean submission to the will of God, Allah. Muslims believe Muhammad was the final prophet. Islam teaches that Muhammad was the final prophet in a line that includes figures such as Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. The core acts of worship in Islam are declaration of faith, Shahada, prayer, Salah, charity, Zakat, fasting during Ramadan, and pilgrimage, Hajj, to Mecca. After Muhammad's death, the Quran was compiled into a standardized written text during the early caliphates, helping preserve its contents. Muhammad died in Medina in 632 CE at approximately 62-63 years of age. He is buried in what is now the Prophet's Mosque. Following Muhammad's death, leadership passed to the Rashidun caliphs. During their rule, Islam spread across much of the Arabian Peninsula and into neighboring regions. As Islam spread, Arabic became an important language of religion, science, philosophy, literature, and administration across a vast area. Over the following centuries, Islamic societies made major contributions to mathematics, astronomy, medicine, architecture, geography, and philosophy, particularly during the period often called the Islamic Golden Age. Islam expanded through trade, missionary activity, diplomacy, and conquest into North Africa, Central Asia, the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, and parts of Europe. Today, Islam has approximately 2 billion followers worldwide, making it one of the largest religions, with significant populations across every inhabited continent. The life of Muhammad and the birth of Islam reshaped world history. Within a century of Muhammad's death, Islamic civilization had become a major cultural, political, and intellectual force. Its influence can be seen in religious thought, legal traditions, architecture, literature, science, trade, and art. The events of Muhammad's life remain central to the faith and identity of Muslims around the world. While historians continue to study early Islamic history through contemporary texts, archaeology, and historical analysis. Hope you learned a lot from today's episode. Subscribe, follow, like, and share for more historic contents. See you soon.